Hello, I want to tell a story about how I unsuccessfully tried to seduce a guy. So, my name is Olenka. I'm 21 years old and work as a programmer in an IT company. I graduated from university and continue to improve myself and my life. I'm attractive, slender, tall, and a sensible girl. I used to live in Europe until 2022, and at the beginning of the full-scale war, I volunteered to help refugees and continue to donate. I think that in a couple of years, I will return and build my life in Ukraine. So, my story is about seducing a guy from Belarus. I thought to myself, how can I be so beautiful and intelligent without any dates? I decided to start getting to know people on Badoo. There are a lot of young guys from Belarus working in my field in Europe right now. Okay, let's chat and see how it goes. I started messaging with one guy, and everything seemed to be going well. He was very flirtatious and suggestive, but something didn't feel right. He would tell me stories about parties, how someone got drunk, and other similar things. He's 24 years old, also works in IT, and is handsome, but during our conversations, I realized that while it was fun to hang out with him, nothing serious would come out of it. We're texting, for maybe a week now, and I already told him straight up that I'm waiting for an invitation to go out. He started saying that a lot is going on besides that, but he's still keeping in touch with me. One night we were texting, and I suggested we call each other. I don't even know who was seducing whom during that call, but I enjoyed it. At some point, he asks me why I'm even looking for anything here. Well, I say, it's hard to plan these things. It would be cool to have something long-term, but it all depends on how things go. He starts telling me that he recently broke up with his girlfriend, whom he was with for 3 years, and he doesn't want anything serious. I try to smooth things over, saying that you never know when you'll meet the right person, and relationships are hard to plan. He seems to agree with me, but I don't know if he said what I wanted to hear or if he'll really think about it, because later I found out that he was talking to me and playing something else at the same time, either on his computer or something else. I don't know how you can say that you had very serious relationships that you haven't gotten over yet and at the same time play something else. After that situation, I thought, well, it's either just sex with him or go out on a date. Of course, I didn't tell him about my plans. Then I had to assemble the furniture, and I started writing to him that I didn't know how I would handle it myself. He offered to help me and came to my place. We assembled what was needed, and after that he said, I have 15 minutes left and I need to go. I thought maybe he was joking, but no. He really came just to assemble the furniture, and we didn't even talk. I didn't expect him to be so clueless, so I approached him and said, thank you so much, I don't know how I would have managed without you. And I started hugging and cuddling him. Longer than usual. Well, nature took its course. We hugged, pressed against each other, kissed, and then he left. After that, he wrote to me saying it was a great evening and such. I realized that to see him again, I had to ask for help with something. Okay, I asked him again and he agreed. And we ended up at my place again. Again, he told me he had to go, completely serious this time. It started to annoy me a little, but okay, I knew what I wanted, so nobody asked him. Once we hugged, kissed, it became hot. I took off my top myself, although he had already suspected something. For me, it was cool, but maybe only because I did what I wanted. We had sex, and after that, he told me we needed to go. Right after. I mean, at least stay with me for another 5 minutes. He said he rushed because he had to go. At that moment, I couldn't hold back and just burst into tears. It wasn't staged or anything, I just couldn't help it after all that. It was uncomfortable, but I couldn't restrain myself. I understand that this could be very confusing or even unpleasant for a guy, but what happened happened. Afterwards, he texted me that he didn't expect it at all. I asked him why he had condoms then. He replied that his father had taught him to always carry them. After sex, he started to overthink things. He wrote to me that everything was too fast, reminded me that he had just broken up recently, and then there was a lot of negativity and uncertainty about it. He responds to me irregularly. He reads messages after more than 12 hours. He wrote that maybe having sex wasn't worth it. I explained to him once that I don't expect anything from him. From my side, there were more attempts to make contact, more messages. I looked at all of this and thought it was enough. I did much more than I needed to. If he wants to meet, he'll write, but I don't know if I want to anymore. It's as if there was nothing serious with him. We met twice, communicated for about 3 weeks, but still, there was an unpleasant aftertaste. Is it because he is suffering, or could something else have scared him off? It seems like I didn't forget any important details. And I respond to what nationality has to do with this. Unfortunately, I have talked and corresponded with several people already, and a couple of Belarusians, following some pattern, tell me, before sex, and sometimes before the first meeting, that they recently broke up with a girl they were together with for 2/3/4 years. And now they don't want anything serious, and this recently means a couple of months, not a couple of days. Then they run away from me. What kind of trend is this? Important that they all met on a dating app, or he took the initiative himself. I don't even know what to do anymore.